Have you registered? Then after some Nacosta has confirmed a few people have managed to join, so the others are just joining. Maybe just after a minute or so we could start.
Okay. I think we can start. So, good morning, everyone, and we are happy to host you today in this webinar to present a lot of details related to Horizon Europe Africa Initiative 3. And we have with us Jans Vogel, Team Leader, European Commission, DGRTD, International Cooperation with Asia, Pacific, Africa, and Middle East. So, Jans, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, and thanks to Euraxis in general to provide this the IT tools for having this webinar. That's very, very much appreciated. And good morning to everyone who has already joined this webinar, this program on Horizon Europe and our work program 2025. As you are probably aware, this is another webinar that we have in succession of another webinar that we have organized in June with the same content. But I'm very happy to give more information or additional information about our Africa Initiative 3. And I would also be happy to answer, of course, any questions that would come in at the end of or after the presentation. So if you have any questions, please note them down, and then we can discuss after the presentation. This is a kind of a reduced format today. So it's me who is presenting the Africa Initiative 3 and the content of it, while we have little speech about the political context. I will try to touch upon this a little bit in my presentation, but of course, I think my superiors would be much more or much better placed to do that, to talk about the policy background. However, of course, we are now, even in Europe, we are now in the holiday period, and so we have a limited personnel in our institution. So I hope you don't mind, but don't worry. Please, if you have any questions about anything, just shoot after the presentation. So with these words, I should say, I'd like to start about Africa Initiative 3. The call for proposals was launched some time ago. It was probably at the beginning of June, and deadlines for applications vary. The earliest deadline for application is on 2nd September. And I think it stretches from there, depending on the call topic, it stretches up until October. But you'll find this information also here in the presentation. And I think Ahmed will put all this online after our event. So if you need more information or you have any particular demand in terms of information, don't worry, the presentation will be shared with you afterwards. Probably know a little bit about the structure of our research framework program, which we call it is the largest international cooperation program on research and innovation globally. It has a budget of 95 billion, I should say, euro. So it's indeed a large program stretching over 7 years. And it has different, we call it pillars. And you see here under the main part of Horizon Europe, you see pillar 1, 2, and 3. The pillar 1 is also very popular usually, as it includes the European Research Council. And with this, also the cooperation with the African Academy of Sciences. which will be further formalized in October this year. And of course, the Marie Sklodowska-Curie actions that are running likewise over a period of 7 years, and where many African researchers have used the opportunity.
Jens, someone is requesting that you increase your volume.
I can't increase my volume. I can go closer to the microphone.
She can also increase her volume.
Anyway, so pillar 1. Pillar 2 is the global challenges and the European industrial competitiveness pillar. And here under this pillar, we have most of the cooperative research programs that are launched with international cooperation, of course. And we have several clusters. They are all listed here on this slide. I don't go into the details right now, but we'll come to that later on. And then finally, we have pillar 3, the Innovative Europe part, which includes the European Innovation Council. It's probably the most prominent part under this pillar. But this European Innovation Council for now is limited to European Union member states, so participants from European Union member states and associated countries. There are some specific parts of the European Innovation Council which also allow to. Sorry, I was just distracted. Which also allow European companies to examine or to look into spreading their activities into non-European countries. But this is a relatively limited part. And I do not know in how far the activities across Africa, governed by the European Innovation Council, will be broadened in the future, to be seen, I would say. So I'm not talking about this today about the European Defence Fund. This is indeed exclusively for European countries and not even for associated countries. So here we are very limited in terms of international cooperation. And of course, we have some parts under the Euratom program, which includes research on fusion, fission, and the joint research center activities. So international cooperation, from our perspective, is built on a couple of guiding principles, which is amongst the most important ones is a commitment to openness. So commitment from ourselves, but also from our partner countries to keep their programs open for participation from both sides, if you like. We have certain values and principles. One of them is, for example, the principle of freedom of research and freedom of expression of opinions and so on. These are all principles that we want to see implemented also by our partner countries. We aim for a level playing field and, of course, reciprocity, which means that if we open or when we open our research programs for participation at the international level, we also expect our partners at the international level to do likewise. And of course, the main part really on Pillar 2 of Horizon Europe is to pool global efforts to tackle global challenges, and that includes most prominently, of course, climate change, but also other aspects. And one of them, for example, is artificial intelligence that is now coming up and is becoming more and more prominent. Okay, so openness. I don't want to go into those details. You can read it yourselves. We also have the possibility of countries joining or being associated to our research framework programs, which is kind of a lengthy procedure. It takes a lot of negotiation, also at legal and financial levels. So if certain countries would consider joining or being associated to Horizon Europe, I can just tell you it is a lengthy process. Maybe there are steps that you can take before you go into an association agreement. Access to Horizon Europe funding is very important for our researchers in Africa, insofar as low and middle income countries can benefit from EU funding. Meaning, if you apply for funding or if you apply for a certain call topic, and with that for funding, of course, then you can, not automatically, but you can consider that the funding will be provided by the European Commission or the European Union. While for other countries, developed countries like North America, from southern parts of America, Asia, and so on, they are not necessarily automatically eligible to receive EU funding. What else is there that is important for you? I think not really much. Okay, next slide is on how we determine international cooperation in our work programs. Now we have, and probably Ahmed could also explain that later on. We have a tool that is called the CPS tool. That is a tool that is accessible for you. And in this tool, you can find all call topics that are related to Africa. If you type in the work program of Work Program 2025 of Horizon Europe, and you type in the keyword Africa, then you will find the list of topics that are dedicated to cooperation with African countries, African entities. So this is how we structure our activities. Of course, that all involves a bit of preparatory work on our side in order to ensure that our colleagues in the thematic directorates in DGRTD would open up their topics to certain countries, regions, or to multilateral initiatives. And we have in Work Program 25, we have a share of 35% of all call topics flagged for international cooperation. And I think that is also very important to note. So politically, and now coming to this side of the coin, politically, the EU seeks to enhance cooperation with Africa already since the last about 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. The programs of the European Union are laid down by the Commission President, which is producing, or which produces every term. So when she enters a new term, she produces an overview of what she wants to achieve in the next term. And this is one of these achievements that she is very keen on, is to enhance the cooperation with Africa, as I said. Based on this, DGRTD has developed certain policy documents. One of them is the comprehensive EU strategy. One of them is a global approach to research and innovation, which is based on the comprehensive EU strategy with Africa. So these are subsequent policy documents from the EU, which explain a little bit in detail what we want to achieve and why we want to cooperate with African partners. Based on those policy initiatives, we have the EU high-level policy dialogue on science, technology, and innovation, which was established in 2010 and is the long-standing policy forum where regular exchanges with our African partners take place. Just for you just to let you know that there will be a senior officials meeting, as we call it, taking place in Brussels on the 24th of October, where this exchange on the R&I policies and the future of where we want to go will be discussed. We also have, apart from senior officials meetings, we have ministerial meetings, so meetings of research and innovation ministers between the EU and the African Union. The first one in the last couple of years took place in July 2020. And from there, we developed the 4 priorities that you will also find in the EU Innovation Agenda, which are public health, green transition, innovation and technology, and capacities for science. So these are the areas that we cover also with our programming activities under Horizon Europe. Just a quick word on the EU Innovation Agenda. This was a joint initiative between the EU and the AU. It was co-developed and it was presented to our senior officials and adopted by the ministers in July 23. I think it was in Nairobi, if I'm not mistaken. And it has 4 objectives, which generally, I would say, are formulated in the sense of we want to make research tangible or research outcomes tangible for societies. This is where we see our main thrust that we should follow for the next years. This innovation agenda is or was developed for a period of 10 years. So we are now in the 3rd year or 2nd year. No, 3rd year, just started, 3rd year of implementation. Good, and then just also to give this a little bit, or to give a little bit more of information on our of the impact of our joint activities between the EU and Africa. You see a comparison between Horizon 2020 on the top of the slide, which explains in principle the application rates and the success rates of African Union member states in the Horizon 2020 framework program. That was the predecessor of Horizon Europe, which is currently ongoing. And you see on the lower part of the slide, you see the comparison with Horizon Europe, the current program. And from there, you can see that not necessarily the success rate has increased. What has increased is the number of participants or successful participants or participations in Horizon Europe as compared to Horizon 2020. So roughly we can say, and we are quite proud about that, is that we see an increase of 40% of EU funding being allocated to African partners and entities, which is quite an achievement, given that we are only working on this since 2021 in earnest. Good. This is, now that we are talking about Kenya, here you can also, and this is kind of a confirmation of what I just said, here you can see again a comparison between Horizon Europe and Horizon 2020, but this time on the basis of data for Kenya, so for just one country, and you can see that although still Horizon Europe is ongoing, but the EU contribution that Kenyan participants have received or are receiving has significantly increased, I would say, by about 50%. So this is very remarkable, and I think that is also hopefully this is also an effect of the innovation agenda and the opportunities that Horizon Europe offers not only for Kenyan researchers but also for Kenyan researchers. And again, that is something we are very, very happy with. Okay, now let's get into the Africa Initiative 3. The Africa Initiative 3 has 2 predecessors, namely 1 and 2, obviously. The 3rd edition for Work Program 25 has a total budget of 500 million euros through 24 topics and a calls for proposals. And we'll go into the details just now. And you see publication has happened on the 15th of May. And you will find here on each of the topics, which I will go through with you, you will see also the deadline of application. Now, starting with public health as one of the main areas of cooperation with our African partners, you have here one topic, which is the development of antibodies and antibody-derived proteins for the treatment and prevention of infectious diseases with epidemic potential. A total of 50 million euros is dedicated for this core topic, and up to 10 million euros, meaning translating into 5 topics that will be funded, can be funded, and those applications should not be much more than 10 million euros. In the best case, it should be around 10 million euros. Deadline is 16th of September, as I said. And in addition to the topics under Horizon Europe Work Program 2025, we have the Global Health EDCTP 3 joint undertaking. If you click on the link, you will be directed to the website. There you can also find additional research programs and topics that are funded by the EDCTP 3. The EDCTP3 is a joint undertaking between European Union member states and African Union member states. I think so far we have about 30 African Union member states that take part as members of the EDCTP3 association, whereas we have, I think, 19 EU member states. So it is quite a successful joint undertaking, or association and joint undertaking. And it is very interesting for African Union member states to use the opportunity really to work together with European Union member states and to build or to build a knowledge base actually in terms of public health research and what it can contribute to the public health in general. So the second area, green transition, we have here this area divided in 2 topics. The first topic is called the climate change and sustainable energy area. And here you see quite a number of topics. I think I will not go into each of these topics in detail. I would be happy if you look into this yourselves, clicking on the action IDs on the left side. You have the topic titles as well, the budgets and the application deadlines. As I said, it varies between the 2nd of September and later dates. In this case, there's one topic I see here on the 16th of September and another on the 24th of September, depending on the area and the core topic, the subject of the core topic. The second part of the green transition pillar under the innovation agenda is the food and nutrition security and sustainable agriculture area. Here we have, I think we have more than, we have a little bit more of topics here under this subject. And again, you find here the action IDs, topic title, budgets, and deadlines. In some cases, like the Developing Agroecology Living Labs, you'll have a 2-stage application process, which means that what is expected from applicants is to send in first a concept note, which will be evaluated, and based on the outcome of that evaluation, participants will be invited to submit a full proposal, and therefore you have 2 deadlines. The first deadline is on the 4th of September. The second deadline is on the 18th of February next year. So plenty of time, but as time is flying as usual, don't waste any time to apply for funding. And then we have 2 more activities under this in this area, but these are related to co-funding actions. And there is larger amounts of money provided to those 2 activities, as you can see. So if you're active in those areas and you have already applied for funding, or you successfully applied for funding under those projects, then please be informed about this. There is no use in anyone to apply for funding if you have not been involved in these activities before. One cross-cutting issue under the green transition is a topic called migration and climate change. building resilience and enhancing sustainability. This is a coordination and support action, which means it is not necessarily research that will be conducted under this topic, but it is rather more, as I said, a coordination and support action. So bringing various entities across the two sites together. They can discuss, for example, drafting research agendas. They can set up new research initiatives. They can consider building up co-funding initiatives. So there are many ways to shape future research under these coordination and support actions. And it's always very good if you have strong European partners on your side, which will help you guide you through the process and also contribute most efficiently to such initiatives. We have, again, under Green Transition, one topic on innovation and technology, which is, and I spoke about co-funded partnerships. It's a co-funded partnership on raw materials for the green and digital transition. But again, this is something that has already been launched some years ago. So it's an ongoing partnership. Should you already be part of that ongoing project, then please take this as a positive note. There will be more money coming your way. But for all others, I think please look at the other topics that are available in the work program. So and then innovation and technology, and that is also an interesting topic, becoming more and more important. There's quite a lot of emphasis on technologies for critical raw materials, how to manage critical raw materials, how to set up sustainable processes, how to extract more than the average from the raw materials, but also topics on the innovative solutions for sustainable production of semiconductor or for semiconductor raw materials. Again, quite an important issue. And as Africa is usually very research rich as a continent, those topics could also speak to your interests and plans. Then we have a topic on generative artificial intelligence for Africa. I have a bit more information should you be interested in this particular topic. We can talk about this after this presentation. So these are the topics under innovation and technology. And then we have topics under capacities for science, which is more focusing on capacity and knowledge development across the two sites. And here it's more on the heritage of Europe, I should say, and the bridging the historical past and future potential. So something might be of interest to you. We have other cross-cutting topics here. There's one on improving disaster risk management and another one on strategic autonomy, economic and research security in EU foreign policy. That is also interesting for future reference in particular, because it is clear that from previous policy communications that the EU will strengthen its considerations in terms of economic and research security in particular. So that was the program that is open for applications this year, Work Program 2025. We have built over time, over the last, or since 2010 practically, we have built quite a succession of very successful projects between the European Union and the African Union and relevant partners. You see here the EDCTP, I spoke about this at length already. The current status is that there is the EDCTP represents a joint investment of 1.7 billion euros, and they have funded more than 600 projects. I should really emphasize that this joint investment means that the money is also coming from African partners. It's not only European Union money, it's African Union or African member states money as well, which is very positive, and it increases, hopefully it increases ownership of those projects and also of the outcomes of those projects. So that was the area of public health. And then in the green transition area, we have two partnerships. One of them is called the Food Nutrition Security and Sustainable Agriculture Partnership. It's also a very successful and ongoing partnership, which has now started which has set up the International Research Consortium. So this is the next step of recognition of the work that has been done over the last about 10 years or so. And we are also very happy to have this new status of an international research partnership or consortium, I should say. We have the Climate Change and Sustainable Energy Partnership. That's the most recent initiative that is also very successful, in particular the sustainable part of it, sustainable energy part of it, which has launched a number of co-funded calls as well, again, with contributions from African Union partners. And the most prominent initiative in this regard is we call it the LEAP-RE. You'll find the link to this initiative later on another slide, where you can see the projects and what they have achieved and what they have addressed and what they have achieved so far. So, of course, we have other synergies as well. We work together with our colleagues from the International Partnerships Directorate General. We have Global Gateway projects. And this is one of the initiatives where we think we can also work with our international partnerships colleagues on research infrastructure, for example. Under this partnership, or with our partners from international partnerships, we have also launched the African Research Initiative for Scientific Excellence. You may have heard about it. It's called the ARISE program. And also this initiative is about to be extended or supplemented, I should say, with the ARISE 2.0, as we call it now. So there will be more opportunities coming up, which are funded not from the Horizon Europe program, but from the international partnerships funding. And then again, we have other initiatives like the ACP Innovation Fund and Erasmus+. Please click on the links if you want to know more. We also have the DESIRA projects and DESIRA Plus program that are launched by the EU delegations in the various African Union partner countries. So if you have any interest in those programs, please contact the EU delegations in your capitals, usually also in Nairobi, for example, and find out what could be in there for you. Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions is also part of the innovation agenda I spoke about. Please, if you have any interest to join this Marie Curie Actions and apply for funding, click again on the link and you will find out more. And then last but not least, the upcoming events. I spoke about the 24th of October and the senior officials meeting that is organized to speak about current achievements and the future of joint activities with senior officials of the EU and the African Union. Likewise, in that week of the 24th of October, we will organize an innovation fair, which should attract hopefully many scale-ups, startups, so to speak, from the African Union coming to Europe and presenting and pitching their activities at a meeting with investors. So this is one of the activities we want to have on the 23rd of October, but there will also be a little fair, actually, so an innovation fair organized where those companies can present their activities. The same will be organized at the same event, but more with a focus on the Mediterranean Innovation Marketplace or on the Mediterranean. So it's all complemented that in order to cover the entire African continent, we have those two focus areas. And of course, we'll also have a senior officials meeting of the Union for the Mediterranean. These are all the North African countries, obviously, that will happen on the 22nd of October. And here you'll find more information about our activities. Please click on the links. You'll find a lot of information on those activities, which we jointly conduct with the African Union Commission and, of course, individual African Union member states. And with that, thank you very much for your attention. I stop sharing now, and I hope that I have met your interests.
Yes, thanks a lot, Jens, for this nice presentation. I think you give us all details about opportunities related to Africa Initiative 3. And I don't know if we can receive some questions before the live demonstration in the platform. I know, Kizito, if you want to take some questions, what do you think? Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. Okay, we can allow them to the first one, second one, third one. Okay, let's stop there. We have at most,
we also have
yes.
several hands raised, yeah.
Yes. At most we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 questions, please. Let's start with the first one with Misha. Ezekiel, Misha.
Yeah, thanks, Owen, for the presentation. I hope I'm loud and clear. Mine was not a question, but I was saying that is it possible for us to get the slides? Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We will share everything. After this webinar, we'll share everything. Yes, we'll do that.
It was, yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Doreen, please go ahead. Doreen? Okay, we move to Stanley. Stanley?
Yeah, I think when you said you'll share the presentation, I think my question is answered.
Yes.
I would like to get in touch with like-minded researchers in some areas, especially those in climate change, areas of disaster risk reduction. So would like to be linked to those who are interested from the European countries and so on. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Next question.
Okay. Yes, we have Okilo. Okilo?
Yeah, thank you so very much. I'm Chris Okaka. I'm the founder and CEO of DigiChange Agronomists, a startup in Kenya. I also chair a cooperative, a youth-led cooperative. So my concern is wondering on especially the eligibility requirements, where you find most of the requirements are that an organization should have some traction and have some experience in grants. And we know we are just a youth-led startup. Are we eligible for such grants, and how can we come in? Thank you.
Yes. So thank you very much for the question. I think the best is always to firstly consult the work program that is online and the various annexes. The information about who is eligible and who is not eligible are usually included, not usually, always included in the work programs and the annexes. And if you have any questions, you can, of course, contact me, for example. and I can reply to those questions. In general, I think every entity from Africa, whether it's a private or it's a private entity or a public entity in terms of research and innovation, can apply for funding and is eligible to receive EU support in this regard. There might be variations in terms of the type of enterprise. So if you're an SME, a small and middle-sized enterprise, then you should be eligible to receive the full funding rate. If you're a big industry, you would only receive up to 50%, if I'm not mistaken. So that is, but this is all included in the work program and in the annexes. And it's, I think it's, you need to look for the information, of course, and I know it's a little bit of work, but if you want to apply, I think it's useful to be done from your end. I also want to answer, there was one question, I think, on the possibility of becoming coordinator of a project proposal for an African institution. There is no limitation as to who could be a coordinator of a program or a project, I should say. But given that the coordinator has extended responsibilities towards the European Union, and it should also have relevant experience in terms of the financial management of the grant, I think it is recommendable, but this is all I can say, to have a European institution be coordinating the consortium, in particular if you have not done it before. Yeah, so it's a bit of you should try and build up your experience based on the participation in a project first as a participant, and then you can consider later on to become the coordinating partner. But of course, this is entirely up to you how you want to do it.
Yes. Thank you, Jens. So the last questions, Joseph, please. Joseph.
Yes, thank you very much. I just want a clarification from Jens. You said those interested in generative AI, you are going to talk about it later, or should I consult you in person? Just a clarification.
Sorry. Oh, no, you don't need to. I need to I need to look at my computer. Just let me find where I have the
I put the link, Jens. Yeah, put the link,
Sorry?
Jens. I put already the link to this call,
okay,
Generative
okay.
AI for Africa. You can click on, you will see the link. You will see the whole call topic.
Yeah. Where is, I still wanted to, no.
And
No, I don't have it open. I don't have it open any longer. Sorry.
Yeah.
So if you put the link, then it should be okay. Just be informed that there is a general budget of 5 million euros for this topic. And the topic is divided into 4 subject areas. I think it's about agriculture. I'm not sure whether it's about health and other areas, but there are 4 areas where you should focus on. And you can propose, or you can propose a topic, or a project that either covers 1 or 2 or all 4 areas, or just 1. That is entirely up to you. This is what I wanted to say. Yeah, and the amount per application should not exceed 1.5 million euros.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I think we can start the live demonstration on the platform. We'll see together all call topics, and we'll see how to find all call topics and how to try to be a partner. And let's try to share my screen.
Excuse me, there's this question that keeps recurring, that how about linking the African researchers and the European researchers, because it keeps coming up all the time. Most people are asking, how can we really be connected to these European universities?
Yes, Kizito, we will try to give some ways to do that. We have not only one way, we have many ways. and we'll see how to use tools already there at the platform to find a European partner. Okay? Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. I hope that you can see my screen now. So just I want to mention that this is article news in Euraccess Africa portal, and we put all details about the 24 core topics under Horizon Europe, Africa Initiative 3, and you will see all links. You can click on such core topic, you will see details from the platform. For example, if you want to click on Generative AI for Africa, we will see the whole core topic related to Generative AI for Africa, okay? And I already shared with you the link of this article news in the platform, okay? We'll do that now. Please don't hesitate to see this article news and you will see everything, okay? And let's start from the beginning. And from the beginning, we want to connect with the funding and Pandarus platform, okay, portal. This is the unique platform, a European platform, and we can find everything about funding opportunities, not only related to Horizon Europe, but to Erasmus Plus, to Creative Europe, to many programs. So this is the first link, and when we click on EU Funded and Tenders portal, you'll see this platform. This is the portal. This is the main gate for everything. And of course, we have many options, funding, projects and results, work as an expert, guidance and documents. And first of all, we need to click on funding and calls for proposal like that. Okay. Of course, we try to find core topics related to Horizon Europe. So first of all, we need to fix the period, and we are actually from 2021 to 2027. This is the first thing to do, and after that, we will try to. You see, we have many programs. Okay, European programs. Okay, and for us today we have Horizon Europe, and we click on Horizon Europe. And for submission status, we need to only find core topics forthcoming or open for submission. No need to find closed core topics. So we only click on forthcoming and open for submission. And finally, we have all filters like that. When we click on all filters, we have this sidebar. And in this sidebar, we have many options. The first one, so we can use the architecture of the Horizon Europe program, like the PILIA 1, PILIA 2, PILIA 3, and we have the widening participation. But if we look to, we need to find call topics under Africa Initiative 3, we need to click on cross-cutting priority. And for cross-cutting priority, we search for Africa like that. You'll see Africa. Okay, this is, I will try to repeat. So cross-cutting priority, and we have Africa. So 24, and when we click on view results like that, we'll be able to connect with the 24 core topics under Horizon Europe. Of course, we have all details in this article news, okay? From the first core topic to the last one. And as you can see, we have many details related to each core topic, but we can, for example, take this one, Generative AI for Africa, like this, okay? And when we click on Generative AI for Africa, we can see many details to this core topic. The first one, the first thing to do is to take the call topic ID. It's very for us very useful to use the call topic ID when we try to exchange with the partner. Okay, and we have some details. The type of action is Horizon Research and Innovation Actions. Means that we need to have in the consortium a research laboratory or a research center or research team in order to be able to respond to this call topic. And the opening date is 10 of June, but the deadline is 2 October 2025. This is the deadline. And we have the topic description. For the topic description, you can click on Show More. You'll see that this is the expected outcome, and this is the scope. And Jens already mentioned that we have 4 areas like agriculture, healthcare, urban planning, and digital skills and learning. And the proposals should address one or more for the following. And we have the proposal should approach these objectives by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is for the description. Only that, it's 1 page for the whole core topic. And of course, when we should see in detail everything about this core topic, but when we click on, when we try to see some updates, for example, we have an update made on 12th of June 2025. We have the topic destination, of course, and we have some topic conditions and documents like general conditions, the admissibility conditions. We need to try the Annex A and Annex E for Horizon Europe, and we have eligible countries, of course. As we are based on Africa, we are eligible to participate on this call topic. We know that this is from Africa Initiative 3, so the participation of African organizations is mandatory in each project. So we have other eligible conditions, and we have financial and operational capacity and exclusion. And of course, we need to see all details, okay? And you see in the bottom, we have the budget overview. So for the budget overview, we need to look for call topic ID. So for the call topic ID for this one, it's Human Aid, yes. Horizon Cluster 4 2025 for Human 08 Horizon Area, Horizon Research and Innovation Actions. The total budget is 5 million euro, and we have two means that it's the indicative number of grants. So the European Commission, they in this call topic, they give funds for 2 accepted projects, and for each one's around 1 million to 2 million, 2.5 million euro for each project. Okay, we have this grid tool, this partner search announcements. When we click on view edit like that, we'll be able to connect with all organizations in the world. They give their expertise offers or the expertise requests. What's the difference between the both? Expertise requests mean that this organization, they want to lead the project, the proposal writing stage as the lead, as a coordinator. So they look for some expertise. And for expertise offers mean that there is a lot of organizations, they give their expertise to be visible and to look to a partner to participate in this core topic. So for each one, we have many details. For example, this one from Somalia, from Kenya, this one, from Turkey, from UK, Ireland, Germany, and you see, we have a lot a lot of organizations. So, of course, I advise you to see all organizations, and the good point that we can see the organization profile for each organization. For example, I can just move forward to, for example, this is from Senegal, okay, France, Spain, Tunisia, France, okay, Italy, and we'll try to select one. For example, this one, Medical Education Research and Innovation Center in Switzerland. And when we click on this organization, you can see the organization profile, okay? And we will have many details, okay? I'll try to select another one just to give you the possibility to see useful information on this platform. Okay, let me see this one. Yes, for example, this is European Association for Youth Interest, ISGL. Yes, exact. So let's see together the organization profile. First of all, we have the description, we have the location, but we have the number of projects. And as you see here, you can see that this organization has already an expertise in 8 projects as a coordinator. It's very important to see that such information in this platform. And participate as a beneficiary for 5. And you see the color, for example, 1 for Horizon Europe, 2 for Erasmus Plus, and there is Erasmus Plus for this under period from 21 to 27. So this is give us an idea about the potential expertise for this organization. So it means that they have already a great experience, so we can connect with this. I advise you, when we look for a partner, to see the organization profile. If you want to enter in contact with this organization, of course, you can do that for more than 93 organizations in this tool. And for example, we are based on Kenya, and we want to add an expertise, a request or expertise offer. So first of all, we need to connect. We need to sign in. Of course, means that you have an account, but not only that. Means that you have an account, but you are responsible for your organization. For example, we look to put the expertise request or the expertise offer, and I don't have the access as admin account in the organization. I should contact the person who responsible for this. For example, if I take the example of University of Nairobi, for example, there is University of Nairobi, the head of international cooperation, means that he has access as the admin account, and he can make the expertise request or expertise offer. So I should contact him to put my request. So when I put the sign in, I try to make the sign in. I will contact with my account. Okay, now I'm connected with my name. Okay, but as I'm admin also for my university, I can do that. So look, for example, we have this one, add. Before the sign in, we can't do that. See that's this button. Now we can see that. I click on add, and look, we have the type of expertise request or offer. For my case, I'm looking to be a partner. So I will try to be visible. I will try to put some 2-3 lines in order to describe my experience in this core topic. So, for example, we are a great team We work in artificial intelligence, and we are based in Nairobi, at University of Nairobi, at such organization, and we are happy to contribute on this call topic. Please contact us and put your email. Okay, this is only that. So, for example, I will put University of Sousse. Okay, we have the PIC number. Okay, from Tunisia. I put expertise offer. I can't put expertise request. I put expertise request if I'm leading the proposal writing phase. Of course, I'm already have the not the whole picture, but I have identified some partner from Europe, from Africa, but I'm looking also for another partner. When I put expertise request, but now I will expertise offer. When I put we are the team, and we put and publish, will be visible. Will be visible for a lot of partners from Europe, from Africa. And this is the first step. There is not only one this step, but this is the first step. Okay, to be visible, to express your interest to be a partner in such call topic. We can do the same for the all call topics, not only generative AI for Africa, but it's the same workflow, the same process. Okay. Now I will move to another way. This is the first way. Okay. Another way is to click on guidance and documents. After that, we will have help desk and support. Okay. And I advise you to click on Horizon Europe before. Okay. Of course, the funding, the period is 2021-27, and Horizon Europe. Look now, we have this great option. Is NCPs, the national contact points for Horizon Europe. When we click on this, okay, you will be able to connect to this nice tool. Okay. We suppose that we are based on Kenya, and we try to connect with some partner from Spain. Okay, in the field of health. Okay, first of all, we need to click on member states and click only for Spain. Only that, Spain. We'll repeat. Okay, and we click on the function. I'm looking to be connected with NCPs in the field of health. Okay, look, now we have 2 clicks, only 2 clicks. First one is to select the country. The second one is to select the function. And we have the WhatsApp number, we have the email contact. And it's very, I advise you to do that. Please, we are from Kenya, and we try to connect with some Spanish organizations in the field of health. Can you share our request? And for each NCP, the role of NCP is to assist you and to share this information, to share this request in the network, a Spanish network. This is the main goal and the main role of NCPs is to assist you. We can do the same, not only for Spain, but not only for health. We can do the same for other areas and other functions. Okay, this is the second way. Okay, we have 2 ways. The first one is to use the partner tool. The second one is to use the NCPs. And of course, we have many ways we can use. Sometimes we have a lot of social media groups dedicated to find partners. In LinkedIn, in Facebook, you can use it. And don't forget, we can use Cordis platform. Why Cordis? Cordis is a great platform. We can see the results. For example, I'm looking to, I will put 2, Green Africa, for example. 2 keywords, okay? Like that. Look, we have a lot of results related to Green and Africa. And of course, you will be able to connect with many projects. Like you can click on projects and results like that, you see. And for Cordis, we have many tools, many article news, and I put green. I will repeat Africa. Okay, let's see. This is Horizon Europe, for example, when you click on this one. Okay, this is promoting a just transition to green hydrogen in Africa, and we will have a lot of details. This is ongoing project. The end date is 31. Yes, it's already finished. Yes, already finished. But for us, you can see a lot of useful informations. Look, we see the detail about the coordinator, the detail about the participants. From Spain, from South Africa, from Mauritius, from Netherlands, from Morocco, from Kenya, from Germany, from France. Why we use that? It means that if we use the two keywords and we type, we can look for this project. We have a mean of informations. We have a lot of useful informations we can use. We can, for example, identify this partner from Germany, this partner from Kenya, this partner from Morocco. And of course, we can Ctrl+C like that. Of course, we can use Google to search for it. But not only that, we can use the platform. Look, funding, partner search. When you click on partner search, we can put the name. And of course, look, we have 2 clicks. 2 clicks. I have the organization profile in this partner. Well, when I click here, you will see that it's in Rabat in Morocco. This organization have already 10 products. So as a beneficiary 10, and you can see the 10 projects here for each one. And of course, we can contact the organization. Okay, when I click in contact organization, look, I'm contacting the organization as my name. This is my email. I agree. I could. We are from, and we see you have your lot of expertise, and we want to connect with you because we are interested to be in this call topic. Can you, for example, if you are okay, schedule a meeting, online meeting, to do how we can work together? This is third way. So we have many ways to look for a partner. But for me, it's very important to enhance your visibility. You'll be able to be proactive. You'll be able to have a good website, because when you have a good website, the first is to look for you, to look if you have a good website and have a lot of useful information about you, about your expertise, about your team, about everything. And after that, this is the first impression. When we have a good impression about you, we can accept to meet you online. But before that, if I can know you, you are not online, you have no website, I can't accept you, because this is an advice. So let's see now. Good thing to do. We are in generative AI for Africa, okay? And I will try. I advise to do that. I'm connected now. I will try to connect. Okay, again. Okay, I'm connected now. And try to click on. Please select the type of your submission. I will try to start submission. Okay, I'm not the coordinator. I want to submit, but I will start the submission. Why? Because I need to see the details of the template. For me, it's very important to see the details of the template. So I will try to start submission again. Okay, start submission. Okay, now we move to the submission service. This is another platform. Look, when I put, for example, University of Sousse, okay, we don't want to submit now, but I want to download the Part-V template. When I click and download Part-V template, I advise you to do that. Okay. I will, yes, all done. So I will stop sharing my screen. I will share again the template. Okay, I will share again my the template. Look, we are in the template, in part B template. So first of all, we need to download the right template because for each core topic we have a template, and we need to respect that. And don't forget that each template contain a lot of useful information and give us a lot of details. Okay, look, for example, this is the proposal template part B, technical description, and we have the page limit. For example, we have some rules to respect about the text, like time in New Roman. We have the police, we have everything, the mesh, we have the size, everything, but we have the definitions. The definitions of critical risk, deliverable, impacts, milestone, objective, outcome, pathway to impact, research output, results, technology readiness level. But also we have the guidance of the use of generative AI tools for preparation of the proposal. So, okay, usually for each project we have in Horizon Europe, we have 3 parts. The first part, of course, we need to add the coordinator and the country, etc. But the first part is the excellence part. Okay, and for each part we have guidance. It's guiding documents. We have clarity and pertinence of the project objective, and they ask a lot of questions. We need to give a response for each question. Okay, and this is the first one. It's the excellence part. The second one, we'll see. This is the impact. And the third one is the implementation. We'll see the third part. Yes. Quality and efficiency of the implementation. This is the third part. And usually the coordinator asks you to make some contributions there. When we made the work packages, work plan, and we have a lot of work packages. For example, you can lead the work package leader, and you can the leader, the coordinator, they can ask you, for example, to put on the table some activities, some tasks related to your expertise, and we can contribute. And of course, when we are in the proposal writing phase, usually we have shared documents. In this shared document, you can take the whole picture of the proposal, and of course we can contribute. And it's collaborative work between the coordinator and the partner, and it depends of your expertise. If you have an expertise, for example, in such area, you can contribute for proposing some activities, some tasks, and after this we'll prepare the budget. The budget it related to, of course, it related to activities, it's related to tasks, and we don't allow to. We have the limit, as you know, for generative AI for Africa, we have 5 million euro. So the European Commission, they fund 2 projects. It means that between 1 million to 2.5 million euro. This is the maximum. Okay, but it depends. So we have 3 parts, and I think I will stop there. We'll see if you have some questions. Okay. I think we have some questions. Okay, let's start with so B. So
Hi, how are you?
fine,
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Heugel. Am I pronouncing your name properly? Heugel
Yes.
Jens.
Yes.
Yeah, I had raised my hand earlier on after Heugel Jens had presented, but I don't think you saw it at that time. But I just wanted to appreciate your effort. My name is Anthony Kibe from Egerton University here in Kenya. I'm an agronomist by profession. I lead a number of projects, one in the Green Revolution for Africa, and we have a Rufora MasterCard Foundation project, which I'm working on potato. So, well, there are so many issues, but I thought maybe I can fit into the green transition area, particularly sustainable intensification and areas of agriculture and food system for nutrition. And there are also areas on, I work on a GIZ project, which is the solar powered irrigation systems, which can fit into the climate change sustainable energy area. So there's so much going on in my mind, but this is the first time I'm seeing a Horizon, Horizon call. I had been called by our partners from Ruforum a while back, but I was not able to participate. And I'm seeing as though there's no time now, because a lot of the deadlines are in September 24th. So maybe I'll see about next year. That's how I'm seeing, because of the time constraint. But otherwise, thank you very much. I appreciate for this. I had invited a number of my co-partners. Yeah, maybe one question was, is this only for Kenya at the moment, or is it inclusive for other Eastern African? Are you giving a whole, because I see as though there are almost 24 different areas, meaning that it's a whole thing that the European Union through Horizon provides. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Jens, you can reply if you want.
Yes, of course. Yes, so thank you for the question, first of all. And happy to hear that there's a lot going on in your mind, I imagine, because there's a lot of information that has been given to you right now. Now, the 24 topics, but in principle, generally, all the topics under the work program 25 should or could be open to African participants. So there is no limitation. The 24 topics that we have presented today are simply there because they are flagged particularly for African, how can I say, for the participation of partners from Africa. But there are more topics. I think in general, the work program has more than 500 topics in general. So there is a lot going on, and you can have a look at all of the work programs, all the areas you might be interested in. We might not have been able to cover this today, but there are lots of opportunities. So I hope that helps. There were some questions whether you should have partners from Europe, for example. Yes, this is because this is collaborative research that we are calling for. So you should have partners from Europe, as I said, for the reason of maybe they have more experience in applying for EU funding. They have more better experience and management capabilities in this regard. Because I can tell you, it's not that easy to manage in particular, the financial aspects of projects. It's always good to have somebody who is more experienced than yourself. That is not. I hope you don't take this as a negative thing. It's just like this. It's part of life. Huh? There was another question, I think, before that one. Ahmed, can you see that one?
Yes. I think. Are there a direct link for template? I put already the template in the discussion.
No. Yeah. Okay. So maybe if I haven't answered every question, you just
Yeah,
raise your hand.
yeah. Okay. Let's. I see.
There was also a question on the possibility of sharing, if that will be possible.
Share the
It will be
slides.
so much. Not the slides. Somebody's asking that if you could share the entire session, especially
Okay.
the session so that they can
Okay.
just on their own just keep repeating. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We have already the recording, so okay, we'll do that. Okay.
I
We
have a
can.
question.
Yes, please.
It's not really a question, it's an observation. I was with Moi University at some time back. My name is Rose. I currently work for the Kenya Methodist University, and we tried to apply a number of times for the European Union grants. We made in for different proposals. Maybe I think we put in about 6 or 7. I don't remember exactly. And we didn't make it. None of it went through. And so I beg to ask, the partner who was coordinating for us was from the UK. So is the UK part of European Union in these proposals? And why would we have such a huge failure? And it was like we were just missing maybe 1 point or 2 points, and we didn't make it. And it was the same consortium. It was a group, and we were interested in vaccines. What's going on with COVID? We realized there is a big gap, huge gap in the African continent in terms of vaccines and vaccine research. And so we made it quite a number of applications, and none of it succeeded. About 6 of them. I think that was about maybe a year ago. I think last year and the other year. So I was just a little bit intrigued, but I also want to appreciate you for the session, especially in identifying partners. Because I think many of us, when you are told to find a European partner and you are wondering, where do I start? So at least that is quite helpful. But I really would want to know, why did we not even succeed? Not even one of them went through. And there were about 7 applications. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, thank you for the question. Of course, that's always very disappointing if you don't succeed. But there's usually a huge competition for the funding. That's one thing. And you saw that on one of the slides I was talking about the success rate. And when from there you can deduct that 1 in 5 proposals is being selected for funding. So therefore, I think if you have not been successful with 7 proposals, that is not so much not so bad in terms of the overall statistics. Of course, at some stage, the 8th or the 9th or the 10th proposal, you should be successful, but it is always extremely useful to follow the guidance of the proposal preparation that Ahmed has referred to in his part of the presentation. There is a lot of guidance online available, and you should also take your time. Don't try and prepare and submit a proposal in the last minute. You need to take your time, and you need to be very thorough in the proposal preparation phase. I think that's the most important aspect and advice I can give you. But I'm sure over time you have already learned a lot of lessons in this regard. So
Yes.
You should be able really to be successful in the next couple of proposals, I imagine. I'm sorry that this is how it is, but that's the system of scientific excellence, and that only the best proposals will make it for funding.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I just have a quick one. In other proposals that we've won with the EU, there's been preference, like the EU, like the university in Europe should be the lead, and then we be the subawardee or whatever. On these for Horizon, does it matter which institution takes the lead? Like, can the African institution take the lead and partner with the EU institution, or Are there usually any preferences, or is it really up to each call, each specific call?
No, so there is, so first of all, thank you for the question, but there is no provision saying that the coordinator of the proposal should be an EU institution. This is nowhere written, and it's nowhere required, actually. So it can be an African institution, but for reasons of being successful, it's always good if you can rely, if you have the experience yourself, all good. But if you can rely on a European partner that has more experience, as I said, in terms of financial management, the requirements that are provided for by the European Commission in the research programs, then it's always a better solution, I think. But there is no other than that, there is no line in the research program saying that the coordinator or the lead institution has to come from Europe. That does not exist.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Emmanuel. I'm from Hermoso Friends University here in Kenya, and I currently am the Dean School of Health Sciences, and much of my questions have been asked by my colleague and answered. My biggest concern was the issue of course, I was worried about sharing this video so that I could also share with my colleagues in the university, so that because this meeting collided with another meeting, I had to come for this meeting because I find this quite important. And I'm quite actually putting up a small consortium of partners involving university, NGO, private institution, and the country government, so that we can we form a sort of a consortium of 5 partners. And we just recently put in a response to a call from IDRC. So I was wondering, I didn't quite get it very well, how we can get an EU partner, because from my previous experience in my previous role from my other university here in Kenya, I realized that, some of these efforts are more successful when you have an EU partner that has this experience and is leading this. So I didn't quite get clarity on how we can get a partner. Recently, the ministry shared a circular about an institution, a Swiss institution. My interest is in public health, climate change, and all that. But my background is in optometry, public health optometry. So Swiss Institute of Public Health, Institute of Tropical Health, or something like that. So, but we tried to get a collaboration with that, and it has not come true. We thought maybe if in coming there's a possibility of getting a Euro partner that may want to partner with our consortium here, that would indeed. I've seen a couple of calls in the 24 of Africa that we might be interested in. I don't know if from the outcome of this meeting that could be more, feasible for us.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think it is actually, it was Ahmed's presentation that you might have missed, because he has very clearly and very thoroughly explained how you can find partners. Ahmed, I don't know whether this is somehow also part of the recording, right?
Yes, of course. We will share this session with you soon. I think today we'll send you an email for all participants about the recorded video, and we can see how we have many ways to find partners, so don't hesitate to try.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ahmed and Jens.
Thank you. We can move to Omandi.
Hello.
Hello. We have Marwa.
My name is Amani from the National Water Research Center. Are you copying me? From
Yes.
Egypt.
Okay.
Is every topic has its own template?
No, there's a general template for all topics, as far as I'm aware.
This word one you shared is for all topics.
Yes, but try to okay. It's a general template, but sometimes we have some details, some changes. But I advise you to download from the call topic page.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be sure that
100%
this is the right one. Yes.
Okay. Second question: are there specific conditions for partners? How many partners from Europe or Africa, or a minimum number of partners? As for example, for Primas, they have their own conditions. I didn't see here any conditions, so I want to just make sure.
Yes. Okay.
So one country, two country.
Okay.
No minimum. Okay.
You want to reply, Ahmed?
Okay.
Yes.
At least we need to be eligible. At least we have 3 partners from 3 countries. So from member state and associate country. Only we have minimum 1 from member state, 2 from associate countries, or 3 from member state, or 2 from member state and 1 associate country. Okay, at least we have 1 member state. Okay, we start with the 3, but it depends. It depends of the call topic. It depends on the budget, of course. It depends of the call topic. We can find some project with more than 12, 15 partners. We can find with 5, 6 partners. It depends of call topic. It depends also for the activities and of tasks. So, but for eligibility, we need at least 3 from member state and from associate country. Egypt now, I think associate country. So you can you can have a partner from Egypt, and at least we need 2 from member state, or 1 from member state, or 2 from member state to be eligible and to submit a proposal.
Yeah.
This is my.
Thank you.
And there's also the possibility to, as Ahmed was indicating in his presentation, to check on the NCP website who could be contacted within Egypt to give you such information. So if you have any specific questions and you are not clear about like the number of participants, where they are supposed to come from, and so on. This is really sometimes very, very specific for each topic. You need to check the topic text, and it is written in there usually. And if you are still not clear, then I would suggest that you see whether in Egypt there's already an NCP network, and you contact the national contact point in Egypt with such questions.
Okay, nice. Thank you. We move to another question. Doreen, I think Doreen. If not, Elizabeth. Please go ahead. Okay. Who wants to speak? Don't hesitate. Okay, let's see. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Hamid. And mine is just a comment based on some questions. This is Dr. Seken Mecha from the University of Nairobi. And as my colleague has said, when we put in these applications, of course, there's a success rate. And we have to know that when we are putting the application, there's a certain percentage. But also, I think there's a possibility of resubmission. Yeah, so if maybe a proposal doesn't go through the first time, I think there's always a submission based on the viewers' comments. I think that's what I wanted to add, and also to thank you, Ahmed and Jens, for this wonderful webinar and also for organization of physical meetings. I think there was one meeting last year or early this year. And such meetings, they always give us some information which we don't know about this European Union. And I think having written also a number of Horizon grants applications, 99% of them not going through, and maybe one goes through, you need to prepare in advance. It needs almost a year plus. You must have enough data. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Jens, what do you think we can? I think we come to the end if there is no questions. Okay, let's see. We have 2 other questions. We try to see. No. Okay, let's see. Odikara. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for the presentation. My name is Shadrach Odikara from Kalro, Kakamega, and I was sitting through this presentation. At one point, I heard you say that, or presenting that, when you log into the funding portal, you'll need an organization, a central, one person from the organization who has the account, or did I get you wrong? Can anybody else have an account, or is it just one person from the organization to have an account?
I don't understand well the question. Just you mean that you ask about who is responsible to use the okay.
Yes. For example, like you said that you log in, but
yes,
log
of course.
in using yours, and then
yes, okay. Just I want to explain that. For example, if it is a public organization like university, like a government, usually we have a person who appointed as the admin account, who is a leader. So he can manage. Sorry, I will. So he can manage to use the account on behalf of the organization as admin account. So in this case, you should contact him by email. For example, you are from the University of Nairobi, so you ask the University of Nairobi, the head of international cooperation, for example, on behalf of the university, to put the expertise request or the expertise offer. And of course, if you are your own organization, you have a startup, you have an NGO, and you are the founder, you can add your organization account in the platform. So you can use it, and you can, of course, publish an expertise, offer expertise request, and contact many organizations. It depends. But for example, why I can use the University of SUS account? Because the university put me as an admin account. So I have the right to do that. This is the workflow of the platform. So you need to contact the right person in the organization, of course, because you will participate with the university, the account of university. So the university should have the information that you want to participate in with the umbrella of the university. This is to be clear. Okay, but just to mention that each eligible organization can participate in Horizon Europe. But before that, you must justify your expertise and your experience in the project. So when we be able to connect with a partner from Europe, anywhere in the world, they ask you to your added value in the project. So your added value, it links to your experience and your expertise and your team, your research team. And for that, I advise, if you are, this the first time for you, I advise to look to be a partner. When you will have, you will learn a lot about the first experience. You will be able to connect with the second experience, and it comes easy to participate because we will made a good network, and we will be visible on the platform, and we will be able to, you will have your contact and call this platform and organization provide platform, and after that they contact you, they request you, they contact you to participate in some such project. So this is from my side. I don't know if Jens, you want to add something about.
Yeah, no, not really. Just saying, because I just went through the question and answers, Q&A, sorry. I saw that there are a couple of similar questions as to whether the same entity can participate in several projects. And yes, indeed, that is the case. So if you are really very successful, you have several projects running at the same time, coming from the same work program, that should not be a problem. So this is not, it is all about scientific excellence. It's not about that entities can only apply or can only run one project at a time.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I think we come to the end. Kizito, you want to add something before the final words?
No, not really, but I really thank the team for giving, because I found this to be more so clear, especially the online, how you are navigating on getting partners and marketing yourself as a researcher or co-researcher. So it has been a very useful session. Now the recording will also make things so easy once we get it. So I think really I find this really as a step ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's pleasure to organize such webinars, and I'm happy that I see the Kenyan researchers and innovators already there. I see we have good figures, a good statistic from the participation in Kenya and Horizon Europe. You should be proud for that, and let's continue the work. You do great work, and we have a lot of opportunities. And don't hesitate to connect with us, with Euraxis Africa. We made a lot of work in order to assist you, to give you the right and the great information in order to be able to get and catch the opportunity. So from my side, I can say thank you, and thank you, Jens, again for the trust.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmed.
Yes.
And also thank you. Every time I'll do this sort of webinar with you, I learn something new. So that's very good. And also thank you to the EU delegation for arranging this webinar. I think that was very helpful, and I hope and I wish that all of you will have lots of fun and success, of course, in applying for funding from the EU. So good luck in that. And thank you all for attending. Thank you for the many questions. And yeah, all the best. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Ciao, bye-bye.
Bye.